We tend to think of health simply as not being sick, but avoiding a hospital bed is very different from operating at your mental peak. The standard medical system we rely on is almost entirely reactive. It sits quietly in the background, waiting for a disease to successfully breach your defenses before it finally springs into action. Instead of relying on pills and surgeries to suppress symptoms after the damage is done, a proactive approach looks at the body differently. It focuses on optimizing your daily performance and fortifying your system before an illness ever takes root. Achieving that level of vitality requires a shift in strategy. You have to build a flexible, resilient biological system that naturally deflects physical and mental stressors, rather than scrambling to fight fires once they start. But knowing you need to be proactive and actually doing it are two different things. The process starts with a doctor handing over a prescription and a vague command to eat better, with no instruction on how to execute it. This creates a massive gap. On one side, you have highly complex clinical science sitting on a prescription pad. On the other side, you have the physical reality of standing in the middle of a grocery store aisle, trying to figure out what to put in your cart. When people fail to change their diets, the science is rarely to blame. They stumble because they lack the specific culinary skills, the time management strategies, and the behavioral tools required to make that science edible. This is the exact problem the Culinary Nutrition Human Development System, or CNHDS, was built to solve. It acts as a structural bridge, deliberately connecting abstract medical data directly to your kitchen counter. Realizing these biological gains requires a reliable mechanism to translate clinical science into the physical habits of daily life. Within this framework, food as medicine serves as a literal, evidence-informed therapeutic tool. It is applied methodically to lower disease risk and accelerate the body's natural recovery processes. The system operates as a 5-part translation pipeline, starting with the doctor. They gather diagnostic data and assess medical threats to establish strict safety boundaries. This data is then handed to the nutritionist, who calculates exact nutritional requirements to generate a personalized dietary blueprint. Yet, a scientifically perfect set of macros on a piece of paper is entirely useless if the patient has no idea how to prepare it. That brings us to the system's distinctive capability, the culinary nutrition chef. Here, the abstract data is finally converted into tangible food. The chef's job is to take that rigid scientific blueprint and interpret it into recipes that are deeply flavorful and culturally familiar and fit a normal budget. They actively teach grocery shopping strategies and practical kitchen techniques, giving the individual the skills needed to maintain the standard of eating on their own. By removing meal prep friction, the chef serves as the practical link that forces medical theory out of the clinic and into a daily habit. Of course, knowing how to chop vegetables doesn't automatically stop someone from stress eating after a terrible day at work. That is why the 4th pillar is a behavioral psychologist. They work directly on habit formation, targeting the emotional triggers and sleep disruptions that typically derail a person's diet. Simultaneously, the movement specialist incorporates physical fitness, injury rehabilitation, and targeted breathing exercises to completely optimize the body's mechanical performance and recovery. To deliver these 5 pillars to the public, a real-world platform called Prime Chef & Co. guides users through a 12-week core program. It methodically steps clients from basic foundational skills up to complete self-management, wrapping practical cooking skills in a layer of psychological and physical support ensures that these new habits survive the stress and unpredictability of real life. A person who completes this 12-week integration emerges significantly different from how they started. They shed the role of the passive patient, confused by contradictory advice from different specialists. Instead, they become independent operators, fully capable of managing their own daily health requirements. They achieve a state of biological resilience. This manifests as consistent physical energy, a strong buffer against mental stress, and complete self-sufficiency whenever they step into a kitchen. The entire architecture of this model is designed to remove physical limitations, freeing the individual's time and energy to focus on their actual life goals. For decades, we measured healthcare by hospital bed capacity. Moving forward, true health is defined by daily habits inside our homes. We already possess the clinical science necessary to thrive. The only remaining barrier is the systematic execution of that knowledge in our daily lives. Taking command of your dinner table is a highly practical foundation for the next stage of your biological development.